Monogamy, the idea of committing to one partner for life, has been a cornerstone of relationships and marriage for centuries. It's deeply rooted in tradition, religion, and societal expectations. But as modern society continues to evolve, many people are questioning whether the concept of monogamy is still relevant. We're seeing higher divorce rates, more affairs, casual dating, and a general shift in how relationships work. So, is monogamy an outdated idea? Let's take a deeper look at this complex issue. Monogamy. The traditional perspective. In previous generations, monogamy was considered the default, and society strongly emphasized its importance. The idea was that once you chose a partner, you were expected to stay with them, through thick and thin, for the rest of your life. Back then, divorce was rare and often stigmatized. Even if couples were unhappy or faced challenges, they usually stayed together, often because of societal pressures, religious beliefs, or financial dependency. For example, our grandparents' generation had much lower divorce rates. They often stayed married despite hardships, infidelity, or personal differences. It was common for them to accept each other's faults and live on, as there wasn't the same emphasis on personal fulfillment in relationships that we see today. Marriage was often viewed as a partnership, something that needed to be maintained even if love and passion faded over time. The rise in divorce and affairs. What changed? Fast forward to today, and things look very different. Divorce rates have skyrocketed in many countries, with nearly 40 to 50% of marriages ending in divorce in places like the US. Why? One major reason is the changing attitudes toward marriage. Society is more focused on individual happiness and fulfillment, which means people are less willing to stay in a relationship if they're unhappy. Moreover, the stigma around divorce has lessened significantly. It's no longer seen as a failure, but rather as a necessary step if a relationship isn't working. This shift in perspective has given people more freedom to leave relationships that aren't serving them, but it has also raised questions about whether long-term monogamy is still practical in today's world. Then there's the issue of infidelity. Cheating in relationships seems to be more prevalent, or at least more openly discussed in today's world. Celebrities, public figures, and even ordinary people are often involved in highly publicized affairs, leading many to wonder whether it's natural to commit to one person for life. For instance, we frequently hear about wealthy individuals or celebrities having multiple affairs, or even maintaining multiple partners at the same time. This kind of behavior seems to directly challenge the traditional idea of monogamy. The dating culture. Fast girlfriends, fast breakups. One of the biggest cultural shifts we've seen in recent years is the rise of dating apps and casual dating. Apps like Tinder, Bumble, and others have made it easier than ever to meet new people and start relationships. While this has expanded the dating pool and made it easier to find a partner, it's also led to the phenomenon of fast relationships. People get together quickly, but they also break up just as fast. This rapid turnover in relationships may contribute to the feeling that monogamy is outdated. If people are constantly moving from one partner to the next, the idea of settling down with just one person for life seems less appealing. It's almost as if the dating world has become a game of sorts, where people are always looking for something better. This endless cycle of dating and breaking up can make it hard to commit to just one person, let alone for life. Why don't our parents' generation have as many divorces? It's interesting to compare the relationship dynamics of today with those of our parents' or grandparents' generation. They seem to have stayed married longer, despite many challenges that modern couples might use as grounds for separation. One reason for this is the changing societal expectations. In the past, people were often expected to marry young, have children, and stay together no matter what. Divorce wasn't seen as an option unless something very extreme happened. Today, there's more of a focus on personal fulfillment, mental health, and finding a relationship that truly makes you happy. Many couples in previous generations may have stayed together, but they weren't necessarily happy or fulfilled. They stayed because of societal pressure, financial dependency, or the belief that divorce was morally wrong. In contrast, today's generation is more likely to prioritize their own well-being and happiness, which sometimes means leaving a relationship that isn't working. Love, passion, trust. Are they still relevant? At the heart of the debate about monogamy is the question of love. Can one person truly love only one other person for life? Many people believe that true love is possible and that monogamy is the best way to build trust, passion, and sincerity in a relationship. After all, being with one person allows you to build a deep connection and share a life together in a way that wouldn't be possible with multiple partners. However, others argue that love is fluid, and it's natural for people to have feelings for more than one person over the course of their lives. With the increase in casual dating, open relationships, and polyamory, there's a growing movement that suggests monogamy isn't for everyone. Instead of viewing monogamy as the only option, some people prefer to explore different kinds of relationships that allow them to express their love in multiple ways. What's right or wrong? Personal choices. At the end of the day, what's considered right or wrong in relationships is a deeply personal choice. Some people still believe in the power of monogamy and see it as the foundation of a healthy relationship. Others believe that modern society has evolved past the need for strict monogamy, and that people should be free to explore different types of relationships that work for them. There's no one-size-fits-all answer. What works for one couple might not work for another. The key is open communication, trust, and mutual respect. Whether a couple chooses monogamy, an open relationship, or something in between, the most important thing is that both partners are on the same page and are honest with each other about their needs and desires. So, is monogamy outdated? It depends on who you ask. For some, it remains a core value and an essential part of building a lasting, trusting relationship. For others, the changing landscape of dating, marriage, and personal fulfillment means that monogamy isn't always the best option. What's clear is that relationships in the modern world are more complex and varied than ever before, and there's no longer just one right way to be in love. The key is finding what works for you and your partner, and making sure that your relationship is built on a foundation of trust, love, and mutual respect.